Hello students. In the previous video, we started our chapter Motions of the Earth. We read about two important motions of the Earth or the movements of the Earth, that is rotation and revolution. We talked about what is orbital plane. We also talked about circle of illumination. We studied that the movement of the Earth on its axis is called rotation, and the movement of the Earth around the Sun in a fixed path or orbit is called revolution. It takes the Earth 24 hours to complete one rotation, and it takes the Earth 365 days and 6 hours to complete her one revolution around the Earth. That is, one complete rotation is done in a day, and one complete revolution is done by the Earth in a year. The rotation movement or the rotation motion of the Earth causes day and night, and the revolution motion of the Earth causes seasons on the Earth. Let us talk about the revolution motion of the Earth in detail. The Earth revolves around the Sun in a fixed elliptical orbit. Throughout the revolution of the Earth, the tilt of the axis of the Earth is in the same direction. As you can see in this picture, the tilt is in only one direction, that is in this way. The revolution of the Earth results in different seasons in a year. The seasons change because of the changing positions of the Earth during its revolution around the Sun. A year is divided mainly into 4 seasons, that is winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Now let's look at the figure 3.3 in our books. We will see that on June 21st, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun, as you can see in this picture. And we studied in the previous chapter that the areas on which the rays of the Sun fall directly receive a lot of heat from the Sun, and the areas where the rays of the Sun fall slanting receive very less heat of the Sun. So they are comparatively cold. So during this time, the rays of the Sun fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer, and the Tropic of Cancer, as we studied in the previous chapter, falls in the northern hemisphere. As a result, these areas receive more heat. That is, the area around Tropic of Cancer is now receiving a lot of heat. The areas near the poles receive less heat as the rays of the Sun are slanting on those areas. The northern pole is inclined or tilted towards the Sun. As you can see, this is the Sun and this is the North Pole. So this is tilted towards the Sun. And the places beyond the Arctic Circle experience continuous daylight for about 6 months. That is, the areas which are near the Arctic Circle, they receive continuous light from the Sun. That is, those areas have only days during the period of 6 months. Since the large portion of northern hemisphere is getting light from the Sun, it is summer in the regions north of the equator. The longest day and the shortest night at these places occur on 21st June. So students, remember the date 21st June. That is, it is the time when the longest day and the shortest night occur in the northern hemisphere. All right. At this time, the conditions in the southern hemisphere are quite opposite of the northern hemisphere. That is, it is winter season in the southern hemisphere. The nights are longer than the days. This position of the earth is called summer solstice. So, Since we live in India and India falls and the region which in which we live falls in the northern hemisphere, so we can understand this very easily. During during and during the summer season, the days are longer and the nights are short. But when we have summers in our country, the countries which fall in the southern hemisphere, for example, the countries like Australia, New Zealand, they are experiencing winter. So students, here it's very important to remember the date 21st June, which is only a few days now. That is a week later. You can experience it yourself that on 21st June, the day there is the day, the duration of the daytime is the longest and the night is the shortest during the whole year. Now, on 22nd December, the Tropic of Capricorn receives direct rays of the sun, as we can see in this picture. As the south pole is now tilting towards the sun. Here we can see that this is the south pole and it is tilting towards the sun, and the north pole is away from the sun. As the sun's rays fall vertically at the Tropic of Capricorn, a larger portion of the southern hemisphere gets light. Therefore, it is summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. And the reverse or the opposite thing is happening in the northern hemisphere. That is, in the northern hemisphere, the nights are longer and days are short. This position of the earth is called the winter solstice. So, the date of 22 December is called winter solstice, which has the longest night and the shortest day. You would be amazed to hear that the festival of Christmas, which is associated with snowfall, winter, is actually celebrated in Australia in the summer season. Why? Because the areas in the northern hemisphere at the time of Christmas have winter season. But because Australia falls in the southern hemisphere of the earth, it is receiving or it is experiencing the summer season. So the Christmas in Australia is celebrated during the summers. Now, on the 21st March and September 23, the direct rays of the sun are falling on the equator. At this position of the earth, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. So, the whole earth experiences equal days and equal nights. This is called equinox. So, we have two equinoxes or two dates on which the days and nights are of equal length. That is, the first one is on 21st March and the second is on 23rd September. On the 23rd September, it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring season in the southern hemisphere. The opposite thing is occurring in case of 21st March. That is, there is spring season in the northern hemisphere and autumn season in the southern hemisphere. Thus, you will find that there are days and nights and changes in the seasons because of the two motions of the earth, that is, rotation and revolution of the earth, respectively.